After unloading all of the pieces to the RackPacker, we recommend that you lay them out as shown. The main frame of the RackPacker, we recommend that you lay out with the connection brackets sticking straight up in the air as shown. Lay alongside of them, you will find 2 half-inch bolts with nuts. Also in the RackPacker, you will find an assortment of buckles. You will find 4 sets of buckles, 4 slides, 2 push-button slides, and 2 shoulder pads. Also, you will find 2 handle grips, one shown here already in place, the other one waiting to be assembled. You will also then find 3 sets of straps. You will find 2 that are approximately 42 inches long, 4 that are approximately 30 inches long, and 2 pieces that are approximately 12 inches long. You will also find a metal bracket, and with that you will find 7/16 nut and bolt. Also, you will find a wheel with a 3/4 inch bolt and nut, as well as a fiberglass washer that will have to go on with the wheel. Tools needed: you will need a 7/16, a 1/2, and a 3/4 inch crescent wrench, as well as a 1/2 inch and a 3/4 inch socket. Now let's move on and show you how we assemble. Step number 1 is we are going to put on the rubber grips on the handles. As shown here, one is already in place, the other one will be put on now. You will find that they slide on pretty tightly. You may need to spray the handle with just a little bit of water in order to slide it on. Make sure it's pushed all the way to the end. Step number 2, you will be connecting the main frame using the 1/2 inch nut and bolt. You will want to use a 1/2 inch crescent wrench as well as a 1/2 inch socket. We recommend it that you tighten it till it gets tight, and then you have to back it off so that it's slightly loose in order for you to fold the unit up. And the same thing with the other side. Again, tighten it the whole way, but back it off maybe a full turn in order to make it loose enough so that the RackPacker can be folded to be put on your back. So you can see it freely folds, closed and open. Step number 3 is the assembly of the wheel. You will notice in the hub of the wheel that it has a built-in washer on one side of it, and on the other side you will have to take the fiberglass washer that is provided and have it put in place as you put the bolt through the assembly. Here you will be using a 3/4 inch crescent wrench as well as a 3/4 inch socket. And again, you'll want to tighten the bolt the whole way and then back it off maybe a half a turn in order for the wheel to roll smoothly. And just give it a little turn with your hand and make sure that the wheel turns smoothly. There you go. Step 4, we will be assembling the butt plate. And to do so, now you must turn the RackPacker over, and down by the wheel assembly is where the butt plate will be connected. You will notice it is being connected with a 7/16 nut and bolt, and you will notice that the bolt itself has a square end on it so that it fits right into the square end of the butt plate. So you would only need a 7/16 crescent wrench for this. And again, we want to tighten the bolts so that they're tight and then back them off again a half a turn. Make sure that the square end of the bolt is seated, because the nuts have a built-in fiberglass washer, as do all of the nuts used on the RackPacker. You notice we tightened it and then loosened it about a quarter of a turn. We want to have just enough play in the butt plate that it is just tight enough that it doesn't bounce around as you're walking through the woods. There you go. And now we'll put the second bolt in place. And you will notice that the nut is on the inside because of the square end of the bolt has to be on the outside. Just tight enough that it moves. Step 5 is attaching the 12-inch cargo straps. You will need one set of buckles, the male end and the female end. So we will go ahead and attach those to the top rail. Wrap it around the rail. Bring it together so that they're even at the ends. Take a female end of the buckle, and you're going to go up through with the teeth pointing upwards. You're going to go up through the center slot, wrap it around the center slot, both pieces, and come back out the end slot and pull it tight to the rail. Now you'll take the male end with another 12-inch strap and do the exact same thing on the other end of the top rail. Through the center slot, back out the back end slot of the male end. So as shown here, you have the 12-inch straps with a male end and also one with a female end. Step 6 is attaching the 30-inch cargo straps with the 4 slides that are available to go with the 4 30-inch cargo straps. We're going to show you how to put the first one on. Take your slide, make sure that the letters on the slide are facing downward. They should be facing down. From the bottom, come up through the bottom, through one side of the slide, wrap around the center bar, back down through the other side of the slide, and pull out about 6 or 8 inches, enough for you to wrap around the lower section of the RackPacker. Slide it back through the outside slot, over the center bar, and back through the other outside slot. Leave about 2 inches hang out and push tight against the main frame of the RackPacker. You will do the same with the other 4 straps. You will have one directly opposite that one, and then on the upper end you will have one in the center section of the upper end and one on the opposite side as well. We already have those connected, doing them exactly the way you did the first one. Step number 7 is we are now going to attach the buckles to the end of our 4 cargo straps. You will need 2 sets of buckles, 2 female ends, 2 male ends. Make sure that the teeth are facing upward. Take the male end on one side of the cargo strap, up through the center slot, wrap it around the center bar and back through the back side. There's your one male end. Take a male end and go to the top section and do the exact same thing. Up through the middle, back through the back slot. Again, keeping the teeth of the buckle facing upwards. Now we'll put the female end on the other side. Again, up through the middle and back out through the back side, keeping the teeth end up. There's your female end. Same thing on the 4th cargo strap. Up through the center, back through the back, pull it tight and leave a few inches hang out. There are your 4 cargo buckles. Step 8 is we are now going to take the remaining 2 42-inch cargo straps and attach those to the RackPacker with the 2 button slides that you see here. Make sure that the teeth of the button slide are facing upwards all the time. To attach, you want to take your strap, one end of the strap, go up through the center of the button strap, of the button slide, up through the center, take it back down through the end that the button slide is on, as you notice there. Make sure that the button end of the slide is facing towards the wheel. Leave about 6 inches of strap hang out from that end. Now grab the long end of the strap, go all the way to the end of that, and you're going to wrap it around the top center bar. You're going to wrap it around through the middle of there, come back up through the center of your button slide, and back out the opposite end of the button slot and pull it tight all the way down to the RackPacker. This is going to be your backpack strap, your shoulder strap. As you can see, it's adjustable, so when you get it on your back, you'll be able to adjust it. We'll show you that in a later slide. Now attach your second one. Same thing, grab your 42-inch cargo strap, Make sure the teeth of the button slide is facing up. Go up through the middle of that. Back out towards the side where the rounded button is, and leave about 6-7 inches hang out. Now again, grab the long end of your cargo strap. Again, go back through the top center bar and then back through the center of your slide and back out the back side of your slide and pull tight. Pull your long end tight, leaving about 6-8 inches hang out, so that you can adjust when it's on your back. Step 9, we are going to attach the shoulder pads that are rubber. They are going to be attached to the straps that you just attached to the RackPacker. You want them to be so that the open end will be facing upwards, and you just slide those onto the two straps, the 42-inch straps that you just attached. And you will see the slots, they slide right through, and pull them all the way to the end. There you go, just let them fall all the way to the end. And now attach your second one. Again, the open side up, so that the smooth side is on the other side, because that's the part that's going to be on your shoulder. And just lay those backwards. Now the 10th and final step is attaching the last buckle that you have. You will notice again you still have a female and a male end. What you need to do is take a look at what you did up on the top here. You will notice that you have a female and a male end on the small straps that you did in step number 3. You want to make sure that the long strap that you use is attached to that side. So take the female end and attach it to the male end. Take your 42-inch strap, again, go right straight up through the center of it and back out the back side of it, and leave about 6 or 8 inches hang. There's one of your backpack straps. Now you still have the male end of the buckle left, which goes on the other small. Snap it in, okay. Take the female, and there we go. We're going to take the strap back up through the center and back out the back side again. And leave about 5 or 6 inches hang out, and there is your other backpack strap. Very simple. 10 easy steps to putting the RackPacker together.